Hello. Today we'll be reading John 4, 37 and 38. And for this, the saying is the true, that one it is the sowing, and another the reaping. I sent you to reap which not you have labored. Others have labored, and you into the labor there have entered. Jesus stated that in a spiritual harvest, the saying, one soweth and another reapeth, is especially true. Often a laborer who sows the field does not reap the grain, and therefore has no joy in the grain harvest. But in his harvest, Jesus stressed that sowers and reapers will rejoice together. The Apostle Paul used the same analogy of harvest and its rewards. He wrote in Corinthians, I have planted, Apollos has watered, and God gave the increase. Jesus told the disciples that he sent epistelia, the word for commission them. They had been called and commissioned to baptize disciples for him, 4:2. He reveals here how he had commissioned them before this time. Now Jesus wanted them to realize their first priority in the work of the kingdom was to be soul winners. Jesus spoke of the labor of the others before them. Moses and the patriarchs each had a part in the harvest of souls. The spiritual road had been prepared so that the apostles could enter into the harvest. Jesus' words to the disciples go beyond Samaritan harvest. The principle he spoke of here is universal for all laborers in the Lord's harvest. Jesus claims the authority as the Lord of the harvest. Luke 10:2. Then he said to them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. Therefore pray the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. In verses 35 through 38, Jesus offered his disciples an opportunity to do something that would be food for them. He was speaking about the Samaritans. In them, he saw an opportunity for a spiritual harvest for which the disciples would not have to wait long. The reaper of a spiritual harvest receives wages, that is, fruit which brings joy. In this case, Jesus sowed by giving the message to the woman he was about to reap because he would see the whole city saved. And the disciples were going to reap the harvest that Christ had sown. Note the 100-fold wages Jesus promised in Matthew and Corinthians. Jesus applied what he had just said to his disciples. The others may have been John the Baptist and his disciples. They had labored in Judea, 3:22 to 36. Thus Jesus' disciples were reaping what others had sowed, verse 1 and 2.